Hey there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm starting a new video series for you all that I've called Gear Showcase. I'm going to be going through the kit in my collection and just showing off to you interesting pieces that I think have either a neat design feature, an interesting history, or are just a really common and cool piece that I think everyone should have. These are probably going to be shorter videos than my other one, but really I just want to give you an insight into some of the things in my collection and what I think about Russian gear. If you like the video, don't forget to drop a like below, and if you want to continue supporting me and see more of my content, then make sure to hit that subscribe button, ring a notification as well so you know when I next upload. I hope you all enjoy, and we'll crack on with the video. The video today wouldn't be possible without first saying thank you to the Church of Memes on Facebook, who's a great friend of mine and who has graciously allowed me to make a video showing off this item that he's purchased from me before I send it off to him in the States. Go find his link below, go give him a follow. He's a great guy with a great page and you'll love his stuff. So what we have here today to show off to you guys is this harness set, which is known as the Splav RPS. From first impressions, you may be thinking, Alex, that looks a lot like an Alice kit. And you'd actually be right. This is probably one of the closest copies that the Russians have made to the original US Alice set. It's so much like the Alice set, in fact, that these things can actually even fit original Alice gear. And this belt pad that you see on the one that I'm wearing right now isn't originally from a Splav set. This is a LC2 Alice piece of kit. This neat little belt set first came about into the Splav catalogue in around the late 90s, 1998, 1999 from the research I can find. And it came along at a similar time to other very famous vests like the Tarzan and the Pioneer. While it was available for the same kind of time period as these, starting around the late 90s and actually staying in the catalogue until kind of the 2010 and the end of the noughties, this was never really seen in use that much. It ended being more of a private purchase item, and everything you see here was originally sold individually, apart from the belt and the yoke, which came as a pair. By selling the system at a piece part level like this, Splav allowed soldiers and units to just buy the pouches they needed. They offered a wide range of pouches from different ammo capacity magazines, PKM pouches, radios, various canteens, grenade equipment, and they also offered several different styles of each pouch. Here is just an example of what is possible to fit this kit, and is by no means everything that they offered available for this. When comparing the system that I'm wearing to other Russian-made Alice clones or Alice-alike systems like the Smersh by SSO, the Spruya Partisan harness, or even the lesser common Stalker 2 by Anna Tactical, this harness is much more cloned, as it were, from the original Alice system. You've got a belt, which is pretty much an exact clone of the LC2 style of belt, and these are still made today, either standalone or with this kit by Splav. You see them a lot with the MVD, wearing them with Tarzans and other things. They're a great load-bearing belt and a great utility belt. You'll also notice that the yoke system is pretty much a direct clone from the Alice as well, having the same style of clips and hooks to attach it to the belt, and everything on here is attached via standard Alice clips to the belt itself. None of the pouches attach either to the straps or to the belt pad. They're all directly connected to the belt for weight distribution. Not only was the design of the harness itself taken very closely from Alice kit, but also several of the pouches were too, including this canteen pouch that you can see here, which is pretty much a direct copy of the US 1-quart canteen pouch, only slightly changed in size so that it instead fits a Soviet green metal canteen. But the actual design of the system, the fur lining inside it, and everything else is taken directly from a US canteen pouch. You'll also notice that all of the pouches that I've got on this system, as well as the yoke itself, are made in original US M81 woodland. Now this might not exactly be original US fabric, we don't really know, but it is a very faithful copy if not, and when paired side by side, both the colours and the print match very closely. What we have here is a very standard layout as far as I'm concerned in terms of pouches that would probably be fitted to one of these belts. We have a small pouch on the front to hold a dual set of frag grenades, pouches on the hips where the most weight can be held to carry 4 standard 30 round AK magazines on each side, and a standard Russian canteen pouch on the rear of the hip. Additionally, you could see things on this belt like a radio pouch, either somewhere on the belt or on the shoulder, and a butt pack, which Splav also made directly copying the original Alice ones on the rear. Don't forget also that you can go to the link below if you want to buy some of my merchandise, clothing, mugs and various other things. You can get t-shirts, hoodies, hats, mugs and even stickers to show your support for my channel when you're out and about. All of it goes to helping me spend more money on making better videos for you and really just improving things that I'm doing. If you do go to there, if you do buy anything from me, thank you for your support. Looking in detail at what is probably the most interesting pouch of this set in terms of design to my mind, here is the ammo pouch that goes on it. So this can hold 4 AK magazines, standard 30 round. I believe it can also extend tall enough with the flaps and with the strapping to hold RPK magazines, 45 round ones, but I've not been able to test that as I don't own any. Internally, each of the compartments on these is a single space to hold either 2 magazines or something like this, double wide 60 round magazine. So unlike the earlier SSO designs, which had inbuilt unremovable, unless you cut them out, dividers, these can easily hold a larger magazine like this, or if it is tall enough to fit RPK mags, then it could also potentially be used for something like a Bison magazine as well. The closure system on these pouches is to me where it gets interesting, as Splav decided to go a little overboard in my mind, and it would have been better if they only had one method of closing on these rather than 2. What you see is that the pouch has a Velcro section on the front of it, which matches up obviously to a Velcro on the top flap, so you can close it nice and tightly around the magazine. Also, however, you have this strap and buckle system, which clips on and pulls tight to make it even more secure around the magazine. Though, really, you don't need both, and especially in a combat situation, I think they should have just gone with the buckle. It still holds it nice and tightly around the magazine, probably more so in some cases because you can pull it tight, but it kind of gets in the way and takes a lot more time having both of these systems to get a magazine out. And when I'm either running this in the field, when I have used it in the past, as this set did used to belong to me, I would either put a section of Velcro to cover the actual Velcro on the pouch so that it was silent and would only use the buckle, or do the opposite way, where I would leave the buckle loose, pull it tight at the bottom so it wasn't flapping around, and purely use the Velcro on the pouches. Looking at the rear of the pouch, you can see that it actually has 2 rows of Alice on this. That's because these were not only designed to be sold and used purely with the RPS belt set, whereas you can see only the top row is ever going to be used on the belt. But there is also a Splav vest, which is part of the Tarzan line, I believe called the M23 model, but if that's wrong, I'll put it down the right one down below. The M23 was a model of Tarzan vest, which did not include any built-in pouches on the front main section, and instead included several rows of Alice, so that users could, again similar to this, put whatever pouches they wanted on. And it is fairly common to see where those are used. Pouches like these have been fitted with Alice to the front on the chest so that it can be used either on just one side of the vest or on both sides to mimic a standard Tarzan. I hope you've enjoyed this insight into what is quite a unique and obscure piece of MVD gear that, while not seen much in use, is really well designed, really well put together, and definitely if you like collecting stuff that is a little more out there and not your standard run-of-the-mill kit that you see every day in reference photos, something that you should really consider picking up and putting in your collection, as it's a very well designed piece of gear and it works well both for collectors looking for something a bit more unique and people actually looking to play airsoft or use it for live range shooting because of the Alice based design, which is very well proven and used for many years by both the US originally and insurgents and other groups around the world following on from them. If you've enjoyed this video and want to see more like this, then drop a like below, and if there's any other bits of kit either in my collection that you've seen in some of my photos or on some of my kit pictures, or just think that you own and if I own it would be interested in seeing a video of it, then drop a comment below telling me what bit of kit you'd like to see and why. Thanks for watching the video. I've been Rust for Life and I hope you have a great day. See you on the next one.